Welcome to Powering the Good, a podcast by Farmers RECC. We are super thrilled to have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Rodney Bell. How are you doing today, Mr. Bell?
Pretty good.
Good. Glad to hear it. So each year, Farmers RECC sponsors 2 local veterans to participate in Honor Flight Kentucky, which is a program that flies veterans to Washington, D.C. for a day to visit the monuments and memorials that were dedicated to their service. So before we dive in, we're going to start out with a safety moment. So we'll be right back to speak with Mr. Bell about Honor Flight Kentucky.
The most wonderful time of the year is almost here, and it's time to deck the halls. But before the lights go up, make safety your top priority. When hanging decorations outside, stop and look up first. Always be aware of overhead power lines and use a stable ladder. Inside, inspect old light strands for any frayed wires or damaged bulbs. Be sure to never overload your outlets. Plug lights directly into the wall or use a certified power strip. Let's keep the season bright, safe, and fire-free.
All right, so Mr. Bell, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Hart County. I was there all my life and just knowing life, I guess.
Yeah.
A farm kid.
Yeah, so were you originally from Hart County? You born and raised?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good. How long have you been a Farmers RECC member?
Well, we married in 1970, and that's when we signed up for electricity.
Well, that's wonderful. So you served in Vietnam, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how long did you serve and what branch of military were you in?
I had a 3-year enlistment, but I served a year in Vietnam.
Okay, and what branch were you a part of? Army.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
very good. What made you want to serve? Was there a certain person or a certain event that kind of inspired you to enlist?
Well, I discussed that with yesterday with my wife, and Hart County Draft Board when I decided I went to service. But after I extended for a year after the drafting,
Okay,
so I made 3-year enlistment.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. What made you want to apply for Honor Flight Kentucky? And just kind of how did you hear about it? What interested you about it? Kind of why'd you apply?
I'd seen different skits of it on the news, and of course I'd been to Washington a time or two before, but nothing with the service people.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing that was veteran
So-
focused?
We thought that'd be nice to go.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So did you apply before? How long was it between when you applied and then when you actually got to go?
Really, I couldn't say. It's probably a couple of years back, but I learned that Mr. Hawkins put my name in, and I thanked him after I got back for his consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you known Mr. Hawkins just through Hart County, or what's the connection there?
First, when I first met him, he was involved in the funeral home in Montreal.
That's right.
And then in time past, his son was in the ag class, and I'd got to take them to Kansas City for the FFA convention.
Cool.
And then after he got back, graduated, went to school, he became my boss as a bus driver.
Really?
So it's all a roundabout thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you all have known each other for quite a while.
Yeah, quite a bit. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So how did you react? I know I called you whenever I told you that we were sponsoring you for Honor Flight. What was kind of your reaction and thought process when you heard about that?
Surprised and happy too at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be thought of.
Yes. So what was your experience in Honor Flight like? Kind of take us through your day in D.C. How did it go?
Well, of course, we started off in Lexington. That was the first time I'd been off the ground in an airplane since service time.
Really?
So it was a pretty good experience. When we got there, everything was just kind of already sponsored and planned out. We went to different monuments, and of course the highlight of it was True Unknown, the guard exchange and all that. But it's real nice.
Yeah. I know whenever you get on the plane and stuff, it's like American flags everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you're always reminded
Right.
while you're there and what you're doing. Did you have a favorite part of the trip? I know you said Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was one of the highlights.
Yes. We went down to the wall and up by the Lincoln Memorial. Of course, they toured us through Arlington on the bus, and just a pretty full day of everything.
Yeah. At the wall, were you able to scratch anybody's names?
Really, I wasn't aware of anybody close. I know there were some there in Hart County that got killed before my time, but my time was 67, 68.
Yeah. So I know Honor Flight, your day kind of ends coming back to Lexington, coming out into the Bluegrass Airport, and there's a huge welcome home ceremony. Flags everywhere, tons of people lined up. Yeah. How was that experience? How did that feel, coming off the plane and just seeing all those people there, all the flags waving?
Well, I was told it would be a big crowd. I didn't imagine what it'd be like.
Yeah. Lots of people.
It's
and
pretty touching.
Yeah. And you get to walk down through all the people cheering for you.
Yeah.
All that. So how was that experience different from your initial homecoming from Vietnam?
Well, like I told my nephew was there at the house this morning before we came down. I said, well, my flight back was to Oakland, and then from there they kind of broke us out, and I went through Chicago down to Cincinnati. From Cincinnati, I had a hard time getting back to Louisville, and the only people that came for me there was my mom, dad, and sister-in-law.
Wow.
So a pretty quiet time.
Yeah.
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 Nothing like at airport.
Yeah. Packed full of people for Honor Flight. What advice would you give any veterans who are maybe interested in applying for Honor Flight Kentucky, but are still kind of on the fence about it, still a little unsure?
Go for it anytime. They'd be surprised what it means to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And would you say being able to experience all of that with your daughter, Jennifer, she went with you, would you say that's a whole other side of seeing D.C.? You know, what was that experience like having her there with you?
Well, it's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Very good. So at Farmers RACC, we're powered by our members and our employees. And so we want to, at the end of each episode, ask each interviewee kind of who or what powers you? What keeps you going?
Family.
Family.
Mm-hmm. And good neighbors and friends.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, Mr. Bell, that's all we have for you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for speaking with us. We really appreciate it. So just a little highlight, at Powering the Good, we do highlight stories from Farmers RACC members, employees, and community leaders who are doing good works in our community. If you know someone in our community who would like to be highlighted and who's doing good things, reach out to us. Our email is social@farmersracc.net. We would love to talk to anybody who's interested. You can find more details about our podcast on the Farmers RACC social media pages and on our website at farmersracc.com. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Bell, thank you again for being here. We really appreciate it. We'll see you all next time.